Now, concerns over freedom of speech and expression in Tunisia as the trial of a 27-year-old blogger gets underway. Emna Chargi could get up to 3 years in prison for sharing an image on social media that mocks the Quran. Our correspondent in Tunis, Fadil Ali Riza, tells us more about what exactly the charges are and indeed who brought them against the blogger.
Right, well, the state brought the charges against the blogger Emna Chargi. In fact, this was an image that she shared on Facebook, an image that looked like it was basically a joke that looks like a verse of the Quran, commanding people to wash their hands during the coronavirus. It was not an image that she had created herself, but nevertheless, she's facing up to 3 years in prison and a 2,000 dinar fine for 2 articles of the press code that are there to stop people from attacking people based on their religion. She has actually faced quite a lot of death threats. She's also faced rape threats from people who've been angry about this case, who've actually wanted the sentence to be harsher. It appears that police unions actually shared or drew attention to her post, which has really drawn some ire. However, local and international human rights organizations and civil rights organizations have really condemned the case, condemned her being prosecuted for this, saying this is really an attack on freedom of speech. And they've called on the state to really have a fair trial as well. The first time she appeared before a court, state prosecutors investigated her. There are about 7 people investigating her, and she's told local human rights groups that, in fact, they asked questions about her mental health, that one of them had said that freedom of expression does not apply in cases of religion in Tunisia. So they're trying to make sure that this is a fair trial, but it's likely to draw out for quite a while.
Now, Fadil, many do fear that this case is just the tip of the iceberg on a wider crackdown on freedoms in Tunisia. Is there any evidence to back those claims up?
Well, we have seen some restrictions on freedom of expression in recent years, although this is a bit unique in the sense that we haven't really seen such a publicized case on the role of religion or the role of the state in religion since just after the revolution, after 2011. These were big issues, very partisan issues, particularly with the Islamist party Ennahda really representing to some people a threat based on their version of what the role of religion in the state should be. At that time, there was actually 2 bloggers who were sentenced to 7.5 years in prison for attacking religion. One of them served some time, but was later given a presidential pardon. But this seems to be a resurgence of that debate, that social debate over what the limits of freedom of expression are, particularly when it comes to questions of religion.
Fadil Ali Riza there speaking to us a little earlier. Well, moving on now to a building